Hi, Matic. How are you? Thanks for joining us on this live event. So Matic is the founder of LexFlow, which is a deal which is currently live on Early Bird. How are you, Matic? Thanks for joining us today.
Hey, I'm great. Thank you for taking the time too.
Yeah, no, you're very, very, very welcome. So Matic is actually really, really busy today. LexFlow is on Product Hunt today.
Product
So
hunt.
if you guys haven't visited it, please go visit, upvote, comment, and show them all the support you can. That would be absolutely fantastic. Thank you. So Matic, please tell us a bit about LexFlow, how you come up with the idea, what problem the product solves, and how it's different from the other products in the market.
Okay, so LexFlow is an app that lets people that were never able to afford lawyers or that just have zero legal experience. Well, our app lets you draft a contract. It explains each clause in plain language, and then it lets you sign it and store it. So it's kind of an entire contract lifecycle platform designed specifically for people with close to zero legal experience. So yeah, how I got an idea is I own two creative agencies, and I've always dealt with client relations, so closing clients, agreeing on price, sending contracts, and kind of dealing with the entire client side of the business. And how I did it, because I'm not a lawyer, I'd always use ChatGPT or LegalZoom or platforms like that, and then I put that in Word, saved as PDF, and then DocuSign, signed it there, and saved on my desktop. So I figured there has to be a better way. But the main thing that kind of convinced me to start this was that we received a cease and desist letter from one of our clients because ChatGPT forgot to include an IP clause. So that's like one simple clause that that essentially determines who's going to own what you make, who's going to own the website, the design, the font, whatever. And yeah, ChatGPT forgot to own it. We used it for another client, and yeah, we got a cease and desist letter. So that's when I kind of figured ChatGPT should not be my lawyer, and that's when I started to get a team together and kind of bootstrap this entire thing.
Amazing. So tell us a bit about the team. How many members do you currently have?
We have 4 members working full time. Um, there is Sasha is our head of legal. She's a judicial trainee, and so she's going to be a lawyer, not a lawyer, a judge next year. Then we have Martas. He's our CTO. He worked at Meta, Microsoft, Bentley Systems before. Natalia is our growth. She has worked on a few crypto communities and at one of my agencies. And yeah, then it's me. But we also have external support for jurisdictions that we have no idea about. So we have a guy that has certificates in data protection and well, both US and EU, and a few interns that help us kind of perfect or improve our generation logic.
Okay, amazing. In your introduction, you mentioned LegalZoom. So how is your product different to what LegalZoom and other competitors offer?
So LegalZoom is a template platform for those who don't know. And the problem with it, there are three problems with it. First one is that the templates are very generic, and sure, majority of NDAs, for example, look relatively similar, but a lot of time there's going to be a case where you have to include something that's just not added in the template, and then you're fucked. The second thing is it's a lot of legal language that a lot of normal people just don't understand, which is normal because there's just a bunch of jargon. So why we're different is because we explain each clause in plain language. This feature was designed for me personally because I just skimmed over a contract and found that a lot of times I just didn't understand exactly what I'm signing. So I kind of did that to help myself. And the third one is we offer signing and storing, which LegalZoom doesn't. So it kind of just shortens the period it takes to make a contract, and just it would take a week for me to sign a contract before I had LexFlow, and now it takes me maybe 2 days if regarding of how fast the client responds. But yeah, that's the three main differences. You can sign, it explains it, and it's customizable.
Okay, amazing. So I've been using the platform for a little while now, since before we launched the deal, and I can see the development on the platform is quite rapid. Like, how do you decide on what you're building next?
I think that's what we did good is we started beta testing with a bunch of people. There was 100 or so beta testers that gave us honest feedback. Sometimes it was harsh, sometimes it didn't make sense, but like we listened to those people, and the more users we have, the more feedback we get, and we can kind of decide on that. For example, we have an F button on every page of our platform. You can just write feedback there, and we check that daily. And someone might complain that the review button is not big enough, or that we should add another jurisdiction, or that they want more elaborate explanations, and then we just kind of implement on that. It's good because we have a relatively big team, and it's just everything moves very fast. So if I see that someone is requesting a new jurisdiction, Sasha can start working on it today, and we can have it out by after tomorrow. So it just goes very, very rapidly.
Okay, that's great. Okay, so that is the introduction done. So when you're ready, if you can just share your screen and just give us a demonstration of the platform, that would be fantastic.
Continue with share screen. Let's see. Can you see it?
Yeah, so if I take the spotlight out, there we go.
Okay, so this is the dashboard. Once you log in, you should see this. You can see all the contracts you've generated, and here you can see all the contracts that were sent to you for signature. You'll see that they're marked with different badges. Wait, let me go back. This one was sent to a client for signing. This one is just a draft. We have some of them that are pending. Those are pending my signature, and some of them are completed. So yeah, how it works is the entire thing operates on a credit-based system where one credit is one contract generation. So yeah, we just added terms of service and privacy policy a few days ago, but let's do NDA for now. We can select one of the jurisdictions. Let's do United Kingdom. And then you just answer a few simple questions that are required for contract to be as accurate as possible. I'm just gonna autofill this to not waste our time. Then you review what you wrote and click generate. This, as it says, takes 30 to 90 seconds. It depends on the load on our server, but I think it should work. It should work okay. And yeah, I mean, after this, we'll get a contract that's generated according to your case, and you'll be able to simplify each clause in plain language. That's the feature I've been telling you about. So yeah, generate the contract. We can simplify it here. Just gonna tell me exactly what this means in plain language. These two, okay. We're working on this simplification feature. We're testing with different prompts how we could improve this. But yeah, after you're sure that this is what you want to send, you can edit document. But yeah, you send it to your client. Let's send it to our head of growth. Yeah, it's sent. She'll be able to get it to see it in her email. Come here, sign it, and that's about it. Here's
Okay.
how that works. And the contract was saved in your dashboard here. And that's it. It's essentially a very straightforward process of making contracts.
Okay, and I think from my understanding, like these agreements and contracts, they're all like working documents. So if you did want to edit it, that option is available as well.
Exactly, yeah. So I mean, I think you were the one that suggested that edit on our end, right? And yeah, so if you wanna, even if the contract was already signed, you can go here, edit it, and it's gonna void the agreement, and you'll be able to sign it again for signature.
Yeah, amazing. Yeah, so yeah, in my experience, in what I do, all the agreements and contracts we have, they're all a working document. So sometimes a lot of things change, and instead of creating another agreement or document, we just amend what we previously had. But I think what would be good is in LexFlow if we had that history. So if after we made an amendment we can view the previous version as a history, I think that would be fantastic as well.
Okay, good feedback. I'm gonna talk about this with our team. I feel like we got a few people requesting that feature.
Yeah.
But yeah, there were more how you say, more important things to fix before our launch, so we didn't really focus on that. But
Yeah,
yeah, I
no,
agree.
no.
This would be a fantastic feature to have.
Yeah, because at the moment it's doable. All you do is you download the current one before you edit it, and then you store it somewhere on your computer so you have it,
Yeah,
and you can always use it as a
it's a
reference.
hassle, right?
It's a hassle, yeah. So
Yeah,
if you could have solved that, I think that would be amazing
right.
feature. Yeah. So okay. So in a nutshell, guys, the product is that simple. You just tell it what kind of agreement or document you need. You fill in a few details. You press a button, and the agreement is there. You then add the email address for where the agreement is going to. They can then view it on their end, and they can sign it. Once it's signed, then everything is agreed, and you can view all of that in your dashboard here. So it's as simple as that. But the beauty of this product is the agreements are so simple, but they're very very technical. Can you tell us a bit about the like the law and all that behind all the agreements and how all of that, like, because I know at the moment we only have a few jurisdictions, but that is increasing slowly as well, right?
Yeah. So jurisdictions. Okay, let me explain how the process works behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Um, when you input your data, we have a template library in the background, and one model generates a contract according to our data. Then we validate that contract against good and bad clauses with another model, and then it goes on to validation. So the second stage of validation with another model where we have again good and bad clauses, and then we output it. That way, we kind of increased our accuracy by a lot. I don't have exact percentage yet, but yeah, we're constantly working on improving the flow, and yeah. So with regarding jurisdictions, we're outrolling as quick as we can. With some jurisdictions like Malaysia and Egypt, we are struggling a bit because none of our team members are I guess educated on that those areas. So those will have to wait a little bit. But yeah, we're definitely working on expanding both jurisdictions and contract types. And yeah, there's a bunch more to come.
Okay, amazing. Okay, and in terms of the roadmap going forward, what are the plans for LexFlow?
I think it's easiest if we just go lexflow.com/roadmap just to kind of see. Okay, so yeah, we are currently here. We are going to, the next thing we're doing is multi-party signatures. So for contracts that have multiple parties, um, we are also working on the risk assessment feature, which would essentially tell you this feature might not be best for you. This is gonna also help you in negotiations. But like, if anyone is interested in our roadmap, we have it on our website at uselexflow.com/roadmap. Very, very clearly written. If there is any question regarding any feature, if there is a feature you would like to request, we're open to that. But yeah, I feel like your suggestion to put it on our website was a great one.
Thank you. Okay, I do have some follow-up questions. So, okay, so one thing I wanted the audience to understand was like the ROI they can get on this type of product. So, like currently, so I know you originally encountered a problem using ChatGPT, but for people who are not using ChatGPT and they're using lawyers, like for a single contract or agreement, like in terms of like finances, what are they looking at in terms of like what it costs them? And I'm just talking about one. I'm not talking about, different agreements and contracts for different purposes.
So this kind of depends on where you live. Here it costed us 300 per contract. And yeah, that's just not feasible for, let's say you have an agency and you charge 1 to 2,000 per project, and if you have to pay 300 to 500 euros or pounds or USD for a lawyer or for a contract, that just does not make financial sense. So a lot of people would just skip it. We've talked to a bunch of freelancers and agency owners, and a lot of times they just use ChatGPT or a template they found on Reddit, and it works until it doesn't. So yeah, I mean, it doesn't make financial sense to hire a lawyer for every contract you make, but it does make sense to use LexFlow, because essentially our contracts were reviewed and written up by lawyers, and we're just making this accessible to the public.
Yeah, amazing. So that is the point I wanted Matic to make. So the point is, guys, sometimes when something is too expensive, people will just avoid doing it and then run into obstacles later down the line. So if you have a product like LexFlow, like in the UK, if I was going to get a contract out for everything I do, I'd be looking at like 499 per contract. So that's like $500 or £500, sorry, which is more than dollars per contract per agreement, which is a lot of money. And I've probably done it in the past in some of my agency work where, I've done things where I've just written up an agreement myself and it's not legally binding and there's no signatures and stuff like that. So the ROI on this product, guys, is absolutely immense. The deal that we've secured with LexFlow, especially the highest tier, it's unlimited. It's unlimited. So use your imagination, and you can see the value that this product really provides. Let me just see if there's any questions from the chat here. Okay, so Lee is saying very useful tool for founders. Yes, so Lee is from Malaysia, and I know Malaysia jurisdiction is not there yet. So I think it will be there in a
Well,
while.
the thing is, I'm not sure. Maybe Lei can answer that. But if you have international clients, they would usually not go for Malaysian jurisdiction, anyways. So, like, if you work with international clients, there is a jurisdiction. Well, you can use U.S. Jurisdiction. I've done it a lot of times with my agency work that's outside of my country, because that's just like a neutral jurisdiction that both parties can agree on.
Okay, so Lee saying, yeah, we use Hong Kong. We have a question from Diaz. He's saying, can we have an option to save business details so we don't need to
We're
enter the
just
business
working on
details?
that.
Okay.
We're working on LexFlow being able to save your personal details and your business details in the platform, so you'll just be able to autofill it once you work on that. So yeah, this feature is coming in the following week.
Okay. Yeah. So Diaz, that feature is coming in the.
I see a question from Jay asking if this is appropriate for writing briefs for small law firms. It's not. Like, hypothetically, you could use it, and if you will have lawyers to review this, I suppose you could help speed up the process. But like, the main idea behind LexFlow was not for it to be used by law firms, but to be used by people that can't afford lawyers. So I guess you can check if the platform would be useful for you as a, I guess, small law firm. But this was not the main purpose of this tool. It's built for founders, for freelancers, for small business owners that usually go unprotected into deals like this.
Yeah, we call them handshake deals, right? Where you just shake
Yeah,
hands and
exactly.
yeah, you shake hands and you kind of verbally agree everything. So okay, are there any agreements you see in particular that are being used the most, or like is it NDA or anything like that, or?
Currently, it's TSA, so a client service agreement. It's essentially a freelancer agreement or agreement between me and the company. So if I wanted to hire a freelancer, I would use it, or if I got a client that needs a website, I would use it for my agency. That's the one I personally use the most too. Maybe I'm seeing a lot of questions or a lot of inquiries being about partnership agreements. So we're rolling that out too. We're seeing terms of service being used quite a lot in the recent days, but the feature, this contract type is out for 2-3 days right now. So I can't know for sure yet. But yeah, it's client service agreement. So essentially a freelancer agreement.
I'd love to see a partnership agreement added. Yeah, okay, so that is in the
Yeah.
works, guys. So with the TOS and the terms and conditions, does it just spit out the document, or can you embed that on a website?
Yeah, so we're working on embedded thing, but currently you just have a kind of a copy to clipboard button. I think we have implemented that yesterday. So yeah, you just copy it and paste it in your either WordPress code, whatever. But yeah, I feel like embedded thing would work very nicely. It would just put a lot of, I think, unnecessary code and hassle on our side. Whether with just copy pasting the text, you can edit it however you want, and
Yeah.
I just feel like that is better for majority of people.
Yeah, I think how it could work well for you is just thinking now is on the free plan. If somebody just used that to create a TOS for something and they embedded it, you could have your branding on the bottom of that or something like that. So it gives you more reach, right?
Yeah.
That way. So yeah, gives the
Yeah. I
brand more
mean,
like
for the
attention.
for the free plan, we have currently watermark when you download the document.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, it's one contract for free, so we just see if a person is going to use us more, they're by the paid tier, so we just let them have the first one.
Okay, yeah, no, makes complete sense. I don't think there are any other questions at the moment. The roadmap is live, the deal is live. For those who joined us late, LexFlow is on Product Hunt, guys, so please go visit, drop an upvote, drop a comment, support them so they can get as high up as possible. Product Hunt is amazing for reach. We want as many people as possible to find out about LexFlow and start using it. Have you offered your product and users any offers, any special offers, or no?
Excuse me?
Have you offered the product and users a special offer,
Oh yeah,
or
we're offering 50% off for the first month.
50% off for the first month? Okay, yeah.
That
So
would be
hopefully you get a lot of signups
yeah.
from there. Okay, so that is it, guys. Thank you all for joining. We will leave the live event here. As always, guys, Matic is in the group. The deal is still live on Early Bird, so do check it out. If you have any follow-up questions or further questions, please follow up with Matic in the group. And yes, please upvote and comment on Product Hunt. Appreciate it, guys.
Thank you so
Thank you.
much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Take care, guys. All the best. Bye now.